So we just finished talking about what balanced forces are. On the opposite side of that, your unbalanced forces are going to be forces where there is one force that's greater than the other force. When you sit in a chair, the reason why you don't fall through the chair is because the chair is exerting a force or pushing a force up on you that is equal to the force that you're pushing down on the chair. And so that makes the forces balanced. But let's say I want to move a piece of furniture, and the furniture that I'm moving is exerting a certain amount of force on me, and I'm exerting a certain amount of force on it, but I can't get the furniture to move. That's because the force that I'm exerting is not greater than the force of the furniture. And so, in order for me to be able to move that piece of furniture, I have to have a force that's greater so that way I can move it. And so that's what an unbalanced force is. It's when you have forces that are not equal to each other. Sometimes those forces can come from the same direction. Let's say I get a person to help me move that piece of furniture, and the two of us together, our forces add up and can cause that change in motion. Sometimes the forces are in opposite directions, and the force that's greater, that's the direction that the object will move. So if two people are hands out like this and pushing on each other, whichever person has the greater force will push the other person in their opposite direction based on that unbalanced force. And so we can calculate those forces by either adding them together if they're coming from the same direction, or like here in this in the slide with the dog pulling on the shoe, the dog's force is greater, and so the shoe is going to go in the direction that the dog is pulling because that force is unbalanced. And of course, that then leads us into where we're going to be looking at specifically tomorrow when we calculate net force. Net force just means we're combining all the forces, totaling them, and then that's how we determine if an object is going to move. And so when the forces are balanced, net force is actually zero. There's no movement, there's no motion, there's no force greater than the other. Sometimes net force is in one direction, and so the forces get added together. Sometimes net force can be forces in opposite direction, as you can see with the image here of the girl on the bicycle. There's certain forces acting in the same direction, but also acting in the opposite direction.